Hi, this is Minimalist Explorer EDC, and today I kind of want to talk about how I modified my haversack and what I carry in it. So I like to have a proper fire build no matter what, just in case. And what I have set here is the beginnings of a proper fire build, minus the giant logs. I'm not going to put them in my home on the desk, but typically how I start out is I have all these shavings of dried wood, and I have my birch bark. Let me see if I can get this in the camera. And then I'm going to kind of scrape the inner area here and pull up the oils. So birch bark is generally water resistant because of its properties, and you can scrape, as I'm doing here, pull up feathery bits and the oils. I'm going to start by popping that in there. I will light that once it gets going, and I think it's going to sustain and not go out. I'm going to generally have more of this stuff. This is just for show and tell. These are pencil lead size twigs to get off the dried trees, branches. I'd have a bunch of that. Then I want next size pencil size twigs. And then I'm going to have you can either feather stick them or not feather stick them. I do, just because I think once it catches these feathery areas, it starts to move to a sustainable fire. Then once you have a sustainable fire, you can start adding your larger logs on, or you can do this all on top of larger logs. Say your upside down fire stack, which you can YouTube and find out what that means if you don't already know. Anyway, so then you would start with this process, then you would start adding your pencil lead size twigs. Once they sustain, then you would go on to your larger twigs, and then again to your kindling, feather sticks or not, and then to your larger pieces. Again, depending on what fire build you decide to use, either this is the beginnings of it, or you put this on the top and let the fire work its way down to the larger. What else do I carry in my haversack, you ask? Well, absolutely. This is a poncho. And it's kind of like the Helinox or Helitex or whatever they call it. It's just not as expensive. And it's still a good quality. I don't plan on being stuck out somewhere for a week. I don't even plan on being stuck out there for 3 days. So if this rain poncho that doubles as a shelter gets me through a night, 2 nights, awesome. I also like to have this is a bandana, a very bright bandana for signaling. And it can be used for all sorts of things as well. But what I do is, in my haversack, there's only so much room. This is my fire kit. So inside my fire kit, I have the standard big lighter, 550 paracord. This does have the 7 strands. I don't know. I think it's silly about the 7 strands. This stuff's going to light no matter what, whether you have a tinder thread or not. And I'm not planning on sewing anything up while I'm out there. If something rips, I got my duct tape. I'm going to slap it on there and call it a day. That being said, I also have a piece of cotton, and I have Strike Everywhere matches. I don't care if they've been sitting in a puddle. They're going to light. Literally strike anywhere. Wind and rain. So I have those with a piece of cotton. I also carry these 2 bushcraft or Bigfoot bushcraft fire plugs. Again, has nothing to do with cheating or any of that. It has to do with being prepared and being safe. You use what you can when you're in a situation. I also have this jute twine. This is from Uberleben. So you can light off of that too. Get your fire going. It's wax jute. It's got a bellow on it, but you can also put that out when you're done with it and save the jute. So this is my fire kit. And that gets wrapped up in here. Again, this is all about saving space too. It's always a lighter first. That is my first source. If I'm having no luck with that, then I carry, this is a 5-inch ferro rod with striker. And I'll use that as my second source. And I always carry, along with the fixed blade, I carry my Victorinox Ranger. It has all kinds of wonderful things on it, but I think the most useful in that situation for me is going to be the saw. Now, the only thing I don't like about this is the saw is the only thing that does not lock. So, yes, you can use the back end because all saws are typically 90 degrees, so you can strike a ferro rod. Don't do it with this because this thing will fold up on your hand, and then you've got a bigger problem. But the saw itself is amazing, works wonderful. Has the, whatever the hell, this little corkscrew for whatever you want to do bushcraft while you're sitting there waiting, go ahead. It has an awl, has all kinds of things, so this is a great little knife. I'm not going to sit here and do a whole review on it, but it's a great knife. And like I said, all this gets rolled up back into itself, helping to keep space, and that way when I pull it, when I'm looking for something, I pull this out, it's not, things aren't falling out all over the place. I also carry my trusty Mora knife. It's the companion. It's inexpensive. It's a great knife, but these Mora companions, unlike their more expensive brothers and sisters, they are beveled on the spine. So if you want to use this to strike a ferro rod or to use it for shavings, you're going to have to use either a right angle sander or a file of some sort and create the 90-degree spine yourself on that. But I dig these. I think they're great. It's considered a full tang, but the way these are manufactured is it comes into a blade and then it comes up. So for me, it's a partial tang, but it's enough that I still baton with these. I use them to make the kindling. They go through some hell. This one, not as much. I bought this, I think it was like just towards the end of fall, so I haven't had it out yet. But I have the other one that I've used for everything. So I wanted the orange one because if I drop it, I can find it easily. And, the other one, if I lose it, like I said, I only paid a little over $11 for it, not worried about it. I always dress these with bank line, Ranger bands, and underneath the bank line is Gorilla Tape. So I have cordage and some Gorilla Tape for whatever I need it for. I also carry my, how do you say this, Santo, for navigation. And it also has the mirror for signal. It's a great compass. This is the, this is the SOL. It's, but anyway, yeah, I like this. And again, I like the orange because if you drop them, you can find them. So carry that. Never leave home without a first aid kit. I got this at REI. Great store. I like it. They have a lot of useful things there. This is just the basics, but hopefully that's all you really need when you're out there. I'm not doing a review on this either, so I'm not going to go through everything in it, but I think that for what I'm doing, this is fine. This works. I also put my little, what do you call it? magnifying glass is what I call it, but you use these for also igniting fire. I just kind of pop that in there. It's easier to find that way. So that is that. A lot of great things in that, but that's my first aid kit. You should always have one. Also, you know, throw in an adult size Ace Bandage. You sprain your ankle or your wrist or hurt your knee or something, you're going to have to wrap. So carry one of those too. I have one in my backpack, so should I pop one in here? Yes, and I will. So this is my little tinder kit. So that also goes in there. This is a catch-all. Really, I don't want to take this back out, but it's a mat. So if the ground is damp, pardon me, if the ground is damp, I can lay this down and put all my gear on it. And I don't have to worry about it getting soaked on the ground. So that goes in there. It's very small. Handy to have. Redundancy is a great thing. This is my EDC kit in a pill bottle. It's got underneath here, it's got the Gorilla Tape. Then we have 550 paracord here, Ranger bands. So on the inside, you have extra twist ties. You never know what you're going to need them for. They're useful, more bank line. There's all kinds of stuff in here, even a towel. These little towels are great. They're expandable. Just add water. You can clean up with those. You cut yourself, you can clean up with it. If you just need to wash your hands, you know, just throw it in the water. It's about washcloth size. You can dry it. They're sturdy enough to dry and reuse. So keep that. Again, this isn't a review about what I keep in my EDC. So I do have videos on that. You can look that up. And I believe this is one of them. So anyway, redundancy. It's great to have. I have a ferro rod, everything in here. So I keep that in there. I also carry gloves for grabbing wood and stuff. I carry my silky saw. I really dig this saw. I hang this on my belt while I'm out. Thing is sharp. It works well. You get a fair amount of wood for your fire with these things. Or for if you're just out bushcrafting. Like I said, these are great. It's a good saw. So wear your gloves. So what I carry is the Pathfinder Haversack. I like it. I like the oiled canvas. It's a great bag. It's very tough, water resistant. But what I did not like was the fact that this didn't zip shut or anything. So what I did was I sewed buttons into it. 4 buttons. So when I put my gear in there, gloves. I think I put my gloves in here. Yep. Now I'll leave those in there. But anyway, when I put all this in here, I haven't tried it with the rain gear yet because I haven't been out, but at any rate, what I like about it, and I can just put that right in the main pouch anyway. I like to have my tools right up the top. So what I like about this now is when I go to fold it over, nothing's falling out of it. So that's the modification I made to that. And I can put that right there. My silky saw, my cup, and my little bag, as well as my first aid kit. and my navigation. Goes all in it. Boom, boom, ready to go. Anyway, that is what I'm carrying in my haversack. And again, the buttons are the modification that I made to this haversack. And I think it works out fantastic. Nothing falls out. So anyway, thanks for viewing. Thank you for your likes. And leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you would... always let me know what you would leave out or what you would substitute. What you would add, subtract, multiply. All those things. And hey, get outside, stay safe.